Hey folks, Dave Parrish here doing another video. Appreciate it if you could like the YouTube channel. But here's today's topic. I'm calling it strange behavior in an equation. It's not, I'll show you what I'm doing here, but it's not recognizing the value that it exists in the field itself. And now note, this is going to have to do with a couple things that are involved, which I'm not going to get into. You're going to trust me on it. One is finding the latest date in a series, or you can find the earliest using min or max functions. Those won't look at dates. So you have to turn dates into a number. And then you can run min max, and then it'll return what you want. Then you have to turn that number back into a date, which has something to do with what's called Unix time. Again, a little bit involved, but these are good references to explain it. And I'm going to show you what's going on right here. Let me get out of this and this. Here's my issue right here. I'm going to get in the use case when I come back. But here's a value it's returning, 19,849. This is looking at child records. Dates have been turned into numbers. It's doing a min function on it and returning this value. And then the next step is this next one. You want to turn, you can use an equation to turn this number back into a date. And if you know anything about Unix time, everything starts at January 1st, 1970. And these days would represent the date, how many days it is, this number, how many days this is from 1970, and then give you the right date for that. So what's happening here is these are all set up right. This equation field is looking at this and returning 1970, which means it's either viewing this as a 0 or a null or something else is going on. I'm not sure, because this should be 19,849 days from 1970. When I come back, I'm going to go through the use case, and this won't be too long, and we'll talk about what's going on. Thanks. Okay, I'm back. Here's the use case for the app that I'm building. This is a company that other companies hire when these other companies want their employees to be on nonprofit boards for all kinds of reasons, employee development or outreach, whatever. So they have a bunch of people, employees, hey, we want to get these people on board. This company comes in, gets all the information about the individuals, and then starts matching them up with boards. And I'm using me as a fake thing here. All this is fake. So we call it a candidate. So this is one of the employees that wants to be on a board, and based on their interests and stuff, they're presented with a number of different boards here that they could be on. And there's a process. They check out the boards. They say what their interest is, and there's a bunch of dates we collect. But here's the important thing here. One of the dates, these are all milestones, so we can report back to whoever's in charge at the company or our client. One of the dates we want is the first time that they were introduced one-on-one to one of these places. So we can do a min function. Again, I'm not going to get into all details how. We're going to have various dates here, and sometimes they're not going to be interested. We won't have an intro date. But the first dates, we want this to be automatic. And so the min function looking at date will do that. Here's an example. We have 5/6. It's the only one. Let's put in an earlier date. The first. Now we have the first, and this automatically became the first up here. So some dates, like the first time they interviewed the candidate, they got to manually put in. The system can't figure that out. But there's other milestone dates that can be captured automatically. So let's go back to this. Here's the deal. Again, I talked about this before, and here's what's happening. This equation to look at this number and come up with the proper date isn't working because it's not recognizing this as a number, at least in this scenario, and it's coming back with 1970. It's not working. So here's what I did. After a while saying, well, and I run into this every once in a while, but it's surely not a lot. What I did is created a number field. I'm going to go to that. Here's a number field. Turn the above number or into an actual number. So I put a number field. Then I put a condition on it, and I said, make this value the minimum date, the thing that the min function was returning, then 18,000 or whatever it was. So now I just did a sort of a hop and skip, and then I was going to say, hey, you know what, will that work? Well, here, if returned, so I took the one that it wasn't recognizing here and giving me 1970. Then I took this, the value, and turned it into this next field here, a little field acrobatics, same number. And then I did the same thing, turn this into a date. And this gives us the proper number. So 19,849 days from January 1st, 1970 ends up being 5604. Well, I have to refresh that probably because I changed it on the back end, but let's see. Let's go get it. Yeah, because I changed it to 5-1. Now, so that works. Pretty simple fix. But here's a twist I have too. I did something else just for kicks. I did an equation that took this number. Actually, it's not the actual number. I'm using this, the one that isn't being recognized in the other scenario. And I did an equation that said add 1 to it. That's what this is. So it's 844. This is 845. So when you're doing a simple equation, add this amount, it's recognized in that original number. When you're telling it to turn into a date, it's not doing it. I don't know why. I just knew how to fix it. If you guys have any insight into that, I'd be happy to know. Thank you. That's all I got.